Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Today I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily replace a ceramic cartridge like this very common one here. This is very similar to what you're going to find in a suitcase player, an all-in-one player, and they are rugged, they do the job, but sometimes they need to be upgraded, although honestly I've never had that happen where I've needed to replace the cartridge itself. To review, and we've done a lot of shows about this, a cartridge is a transducer that converts mechanical information into electrical information. So the stylus or needle rides in the groove, and the mechanical movement of the left and right, up and down movement of the groove is converted into electrical impulses and current that we hear as sound. Now there's two basic types, ceramic and magnetic. If yours has a ceramic cartridge like this to begin with, which is most easily identifiable by the red tip, although there's always variances to everything. There are red tip magnetics, but for the most part, a red tip one indicates a ceramic one. So it creates current by bending a ceramic rod. Ceramic does not refer to the stylus material. Those are either diamond or ruby / sapphire, same stone. And yeah, sometimes you'll need to replace a stylus. And I've done a video on this before on replacing the stylus. So I'm going to do this again just real quickly here. Take a flat tip screwdriver and just insert it under the red part. And now this, you know what, instead of doing it on the cartridge while it's removed, I'm going to do it on the real deal. So let's go over here to our turntable. And when we replace the cartridge, we're going to put the guard back on. But just for the needle part, we don't need to do that. We can just have it like that. But be sure that you are careful. You don't want to touch that needle. So grasp it on the sides. And then take, and I've told, in the other video we did about this, I wasn't expecting that to be so popular. I advised you could use your thumbnail, but best just go ahead and use a screwdriver, flat screwdriver tip. And just stick it in right above the red part in the front, and then it will hinge down like that. And it's kind of pinched on the back there. So just kind of wiggle it down, pull it away. It's hard to do on camera. It's as easy as that. And again, you don't want to touch the needle part, but that's why they put it in this plastic housing, so it's easier to replace because you can actually touch it. Now a word about these really quickly. So you'll see the metal shaft there in the middle. That's called a cantilever. That's what you want as a metal one. Some of the super ultra cheap turntables come with a plastic one, and that really is rough. You don't want that. You need these metal cantilevered ones with a rubber boot there, or pivot is what it's called. And then you can kind of tell this one has a red tint to it because it's a sapphire or ruby stylus. So sound quality shouldn't be that much different depending on the material, but it'll wear out a lot faster, the ruby or sapphire ones, depending on, or compared to the diamond ones. But again, we've talked about that ad nauseum. So to replace it, to put one in, it's the opposite. So you just put the back in, use your thumb to kind of snap it up into position, and you'll feel it kind of grip in the back there. And then just pull the tip back up, push down in the middle with your finger, and you'll feel it snap into position. Sometimes you'll hear it snap as well. That's it. That's literally all it is to replace the stylus. But if you want to replace the whole cartridge itself, you can do that as well. So I'm going to clip, oops, don't do what I just did. Clip this into position right here. So what I just grabbed this by accident. You don't want that to happen. So clip that in there so it's firm. Put the stylus protector back on there, because you're going to need to push down right where the needle is. Now, if we move this a little bit to the front, you'll be able to see that right above where the red is, there's a piece of black plastic. And this is the pivot point for connecting the cartridge. It's going to connect right into this area right here. So it connects in two places. There's a little plastic tab here in the back that you stick up in the back first, and then you lift it into position, and this little piece here snaps down. So it's actually not unlike the stylus itself. So to take off the cartridge, you can either take the wiring off before or after, and you really don't need to worry about it because these are labeled. These cartridges are labeled on the back there. Actually, somewhere here. There we go. So you'll see it's labeled right, left, positive, positive, or if it's minus or whatever. So it'll be, the wiring is laid out there. You don't need to worry about that. Unlike a magnetic cartridge, which you need to write that down sometimes. By the way, you can't just take the cartridge off a ceramic one and replace it with a magnetic, because the reason why they use these is they don't require preamps. Ceramic cartridges output a higher voltage, so you don't need that extra circuitry, and therefore it's cheaper for them to build. But a ceramic cartridge is not a bad thing, because these guys happen to be more rugged and more forgiving on worn out records, and for like thrift store buys and stuff, this is perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay, so to remove the cartridge, I'm actually going to unclip this now so I can lift it up. If I contradict myself, pay no attention. We're going to stick that screwdriver in. Instead of, hinging it down like we did for the stylus, I'm going to pull up. And in so doing, work the tip of that screwdriver in a little bit further, and you will see that the whole thing comes out. Now, as I said before, you can take the wiring off before or after. I haven't done this one already, so I'm going to go ahead and just gently pinch on these connectors, and then it comes loose. It's literally as simple as that. And to put it back is the opposite way. So you may want to connect the wires ahead of time. And again, it's pretty simple to do so. But then when you're ready to actually connect it, there's going to be a little recess that this fits into inside here. Find that recess. And again, this is why you want this guard on here, because what you need to do is squeeze from the top and bottom. Then you just squeeze and snap it in place. That's it, you guys. Simple as that. Now, obviously, the wiring needs to be attached, but it's easy to do. And just follow the diagram on the cartridge itself. And the wires are color-coded, so super, super easy. All right, guys, that's it. Simple as that. If you liked this video, and I hope you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you subscribe, hit the bell notification and select all, you'll get all of our notifications. So not only will you find out about every video, but when we go live, you will find out about that as well. Why is that important? Because we do live giveaways. We give away record players. We give away all kinds of records. We give away all kinds of cool swag. And we will be doing more of that. So do not miss those. And I want to have you along for the ride all the way through it. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you here. It's a happy, friendly place. We don't point fingers here. If you can afford a $30 record player like this one, then you're in, just as much as if you can afford something more expensive. You can enjoy records at any level of investment. And a lot of the information that you may have heard out there about equipment damaging records and stuff is not even true. So you can enjoy records without worrying about damaging them, even on entry-level equipment. So if you want to learn more about that, why that is, how it works, and all that good stuff, a lot of how-to basics and history, check out other videos, including our playlist. We got some cool playlists. But hit subscribe. That's the biggest thing. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. God bless all of you. Happy record hunting, and we will see you tomorrow.